Nice.
I just use comedy because it's the only way that they trust me with the microphone. So I'm really a singer. My name's Black Magic. Another name for you guys to remember. Neesh the Beast from Rock Creek. I come from a small town in Jersey. If you stand in City Hall, it's like 10 New York City blocks each way. That's it. So everybody knows everybody. And if you sleep with 3 guys from the town, you're automatically a hoe because somebody's related. Or they might be best friends. I don't really know. But tonight I was having a hard time coming up here in front of you guys. I had like this whole slew of jokes planned. And then it's like, oh, Peggy says to me, know your audience. You can't drop the F-bombs. I'm like, fuck you. I didn't know that Grandma Betty and her fucking bingo buddies were going to be here with the baked goods and all of that. They bought cookies for you guys if you want to try some. The other day, I was at dinner with my kid. He's like 4 years old, something like that. I lie about my age so much, I don't even know how old my kids are. So the little boy, he's like, Mommy. At the dinner table, it's like 20 of us. We had like this big family event thing. And we're sitting at the dinner table. He's like, Mommy, your breath smells. So I didn't really hear what he said because I didn't expect that from him. You know, he's fucking 4 years old. He's like, Mommy, your breath smells really bad. Did you brush your teeth? With this face, I'm like, yeah, I brushed my teeth. Well, you didn't use mouthwash. I don't know. Watch Who Raised Your Kids. At the end of that dinner, my mom is paranoid, schizophrenic, bulimic. So at the end of the dinner, my son, he's like, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Well, Grandma does it! Kids these days. Like I said, I did have a whole slew of jokes, but I really thought that this was, because it's a college campus, I thought that my audience was going to be like somewhere in my age range, you know, teens to early 20s. If you believe that, let me just get my shades to cover up my grades. Now you don't see them. Yeah, so I wear this like hair, and I think I'm like a superstar. But at the end of the day, I take it off and then I rest it in the house. And everybody's just like, this is dressed up for me, so don't like get too excited when you see me on the road. I grew up with 4 boys. I was the only girl. So all my hand-me-downs were like boy clothes. So I was forced to be a tomboy when I was a kid, you know? They used to put me in a closet while they like ran trains on girls. Ooh. And then they like pulled me out and said, you better not ever do this! One time this girl caught me. She was from Lyon, I'll never forget. Who's calling me? She was from Lyon, New Jersey. I'll never forget it. This is the first time in my life that I ever perspired. I never sweat. I mean, I get nervous as hell, but I never, ever sweat. So this one day, I'm in the closet. So they like got this girl. They like doing whatever. So she's like, I hear somebody. I hear somebody. What's that noise? Ernie! What's that noise, Ernie? Ernie, that's my brother. He's like, oh, don't worry about it. I don't hear anything. Just come on, keep going. Keep going. So now, his friend has his Johnson in the girl's ear. Sorry. True story. So she grabs me out. She's like looking through the whole room. It's a pretty big room. But she's like looking all over the place, tossing stuff. She's like, oh, I'm gonna find her. Somebody's in here, Ernie. Somebody's in here. Somebody's in here. So I'm like, she's like, somebody's having sex in the closet. So she runs to the closet. She's like, oh my God, Nisha, what are you doing in here? I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I think I was more embarrassed than her. So I started crying. You know, they say you gotta laugh sometimes to keep yourself from crying. So sometimes I cry to keep myself from laughing. I was walking down the hallway in high school. We were on our way to the cafeteria. So my one friend, she's walking in front of me. So the other girl, she comes up. She's like, oh, remember this to her. And she clipped her. So she's like walking. She's like, oh. So before we know it, the one girl, she just grabbed her. Remember this, bitch. Bam, and just threw her on the ground. Her whole wig fell off. And the girl got alopecia areata, if you know what that is, like baldness and patches. Her whole wig's on the floor like a hat. What do I do? Down my eyes and everything. She's like, you really felt sorry for me. I'm like, I really did. That's my time.
Very good. Very good.
So it's not just people walking around with that